Good morning.
Good morning.
How are things on the West Coast? It's so early there.
It is early here. Yeah, it is.
And you were still up earlier than I posting stuff. I was like, oh, it must be like 7 a.m. there.
Well, I know you think I just roll out of bed looking like this, but it takes work.
There's a system of pulleys and levers in place. Well, we are so excited to be here. As I said last week, and as I was telling someone on the phone yesterday, this is like my one social moment of every week. So it's a thrill to get on and chat with you and all the viewers. Because other than that, it's just me and the cat in the house.
My week has been so social. The week before, I finished recording with you 2 weeks ago, got on an airplane, and went to my friend's house. He's out of town in LA, and I just stayed there completely alone with zero contact with anyone.
Hi, Joey.
Hi, Joey. For the whole week, which is more normal for me, especially these days. But then since then, after we did our episode last week, I got my test at a CVS and negative. And so then I was done quarantining and I joined my family pod. So I was staying at my parents and staying at my sister's. And I'm like, I haven't been alone for 2 minutes all week. I'm a little bit like,
well, we're alone now, kind of. It's just you and me and it's right now 37 viewers.
Daniel, being with you always feels like being alone.
Oh, that's the highest praise. All right, everyone, live from New York and LA, but we're famously bi now.
Autumn, winter, next year.
Time heals everything. It's a song. Time heals everything.
Patty, I've had such a quiet, chill morning, just relaxing and getting ready and listening to my Christmas music. And I mean, Patty just really just shattered that all with one breath.
Totally.
Oh my goodness. Well, what else is going on? I need to know. I mean, this is literally just me asking you this, regardless of the listeners. I just don't know what's going on with you. How's the family? What have you been doing?
They're good. I've just been hanging out with my nephew. They have a new puppy, which I have to say, she's very cute.
But
I was really set to get a dog, the minute I got back from LA. And I'm not so sure now.
Yeah, it's like in home ec class when they had you carry those little babies around to make you think about having kids.
Yeah, the thing is, she bites.
Oh,
and she's not that little because she's I don't know, she's part Rottweiler, part. I mean, she's so beautiful and adorable.
Dog, yeah.
Aesthetically, she's so pleasing, German Shepherd.
Hey, Caroline.
But she bites, and she's just biting as a teething puppy, but she's big and has sharp teeth.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm kind of I'm rolling that around, but of course, thank you, Jackie, for bringing us right to business here. Yeah, I mean, the shocking and tragic news of the last couple of days is that Anne Ranking has died at only 71 years old, and I don't believe she was sick or anything like that. And I always think about Anne Ranking because truly for me, Anne Ranking is one of the stars that really made me love musicals. I mean, Annie was such an important movie to me growing up. And hi, Sean.
Sean, beloved Sean McKenna.
And really, if Carol Burnett and Annie made me gay, Anne Ranking almost made me straight.
Anne Ranking made you a verse bottom.
Yeah, and thank you. And and also, you know, she was kind of a movie star for a hot minute when I was a little kid. Like,
Wow.
there was a movie that nobody talks about or cares about anymore called Mickey and Maude. It was Dudley Moore, and he had two wives, Anne Ranking and Amy Irving.
That's like a more vehicle if I've ever heard of one.
Yeah, Zach Couch getting very shady in the comments. I don't even know if we can share that. You know, but then really when I got into musical theater, All That Jazz really became my favorite movie. I mean, I think it's my #1 favorite movie, and Ranking is such a big part of the reason for that. And speaking of streaming experiences, ones that are good, I think her stardom was really solidified in a way by the fabulous series co-created by Lin-Manuel Miranda, Fosse Verdon,
yes,
where Margaret Walley plays Anne Ranking and did such a beautiful job. And, you know, just like Anne Ranking played herself in All That Jazz, Margaret Walley basically plays that same character.
You know, I need to
love her even more.
I need to go back and watch All That Jazz because I watched it. I've only seen it once, and I watched it when I was a kid, and it wasn't. I was just too young to appreciate it.
No, we have to coin stream that after the new year. But Arlene, Anne died in her sleep Saturday night. And I'm really sad. I never saw Anne Ranking on stage. I saw, the closest I ever came was I saw the Chicago revival not long after it opened, but long enough that it was BB and Joel Grey and everybody else, except Anne had left, and I saw Mary Lou Henner. And no, unfortunately, GB, today my name is Mary Lou Benner, because no, I just change my name every week in the spirit of whoever I'm focused on. I'm not related to Anne Ranking. I wish I were, although I suppose I'd be even sadder if I were.
For her.
And I have to tell everybody that they should listen our fellow Broadway Podcast Network podcast, Behind the Curtain, hosted by Rob W. Schneider and Kevin David Thomas. One of their most recent episodes was an interview with Anne Ranking, which was a fascinating interview. I think we talked about it on the pod because it's the reason I read Michael Riedel's book. And it's a fantastic interview. I mean, Anne Ranking she you know, as many choreographers are, she was a teacher also. And so as a teacher, she's a great interview, you know, because she's really focused on paying it forward and telling stories and younger generations. And she really saw her work in the context of what it meant for other people. You know, and there's a brilliant, you know, we've talked sometimes about how, you know, in our struggle not to be egotistical, sometimes we get caught up in false humility, or, you know, when we should feel confident, we can instead fall prey to just being insecure, and it gets in our way. And, you know, as someone who's a teacher, I think that Anne Ranking was able to get out of that. You know, she understood, without being, you know, cocky or whatever, she very much understood the significance of the great work she did and the great artists she worked with. And, you know, that she brings that sort of no-nonsense ability to see her work in the grand scheme of things into that interview. And it helps that Rob and Kevin are such great interviewers. And anyone who hasn't listened to their podcast, Behind the Curtain, should do it, because there's so many great episodes, and they've had some fabulous, huge stars, as well as a lot of, you know, more people that are famous to Broadway fans, but not necessarily A-list mainstream celebrities.
Like Gleason, what have you.
Yeah, and well, even less famous than Joanna Gleason, but therefore they're people that have not been interviewed that much. So it's really a unique opportunity to hear them do deep dives, you know, the kind of stuff that you and I love, like, well, when they were doing Summer Stock in 1982, you know. Anyway, it's a great interview. And I'm just really sad about Anne Ranking. It's shocking. And, you know, I think I really still had the hope that I would get to see her do work on stage, and now I never will.
Did she ever do any kind of one-woman show?
I don't think she ever did. No, maybe back in the day when everybody was doing cabaret shows in nightclubs in the 70s, but certainly nothing in the era of like cabaret with the the sort of like one-woman shows that are so rampant and everybody.
So nice to have like a Cheetah Rivera, A Dancer's Life, but like and at the helm.
Yeah, or even just see her on a gay cruise for 45 minutes.
Yes. Oh God, Provincetown. Okay, well, with that said, let's go to Appreciation Station. And I know you have an clip for us.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Again, just Patty just shattering the somber, respectful mood.
Oh, I should say, the one time I ever met Anne Ranking, Anne was the choreographer of An Evening with Patti LuPone and Mandy Patinkin.
Oh, I didn't know that. Wow.
Yeah. And because they did actual choreography, like on like rolling chairs. I mean, it was like, it was rather staged. So that was on Broadway in 2012, I think. But it actually began as a benefit for a theater company in Texas in 2002. And they did a run through for a small invited audience in a rehearsal room at the Lyric Theater, which was then called the Ford Center for the Performing Arts. And Patty invited me. This was, 18 years ago. So, I mean, it was an incredible thing because I was in the front row of the, 3 rows of folding chairs, and Patty was, as close to me as death, singing "Don't Cry for Me, Argentina" in my face. Actually, I'll never forget when she got to the high E flat in Buenos Aires, in the final chorus, "Stand back, Buenos Aires." I must have just sort of jizzed all over my face when she hit that. And right after she did it, she looked at me like, "You are so gay." But anyway, they introduced me to Anne. And I think I was just like, "Oh my God, I love you so much," but
my eyelids twitching.
But I remember thinking that she had the most beautiful, piercing blue eyes, which I hadn't really noticed in movies and stuff. Anyway, so I didn't get to see her in Chicago, but of course, she replaced Gwen Verdon as Roxy in the original production. And then she choreographed and starred as Roxy in the revival when it began at Encores in 1996 and when it transferred to Broadway. I found a couple of videos of her doing Roxy online. The better quality one, unfortunately, was from Encores with scripts.
Mm-hmm.
And so I watched that and I agonized over it, but I decided that she's just better and in better shape. I mean, she talked in the interview about how she was 20 pounds overweight when they begged her to do the Encores one when Liza couldn't do it. And she didn't want to do it, but they said, you can muscle through for the weekend at Encores. So then she got her act together, obviously, by the time they moved to Broadway. And she's absolutely flawless in this clip. And I think it's my favorite song in Chicago. And I love watching her do it. And yeah.
Such a good song. Okay, here we go.
The name on everybody's lips is gonna be Roxy. Yeah. The lady raking in the chips is gonna be Roxy.
She's gonna be a celebrity.
That means somebody everyone knows.
They're gonna recognize her eyes, her hair, her teeth,
my boobs, my nose. From just some dumb mechanic's wife, I'm gonna be singing
Roxy.
Who says that murder's not enough?
And in case she doesn't hang,
In case she started with a bang, Roxy, heart.
they're gonna wait
And I'll appear in a lavalier that goes all the way down to my waist.
Here a ring, there a ring, everywhere a ring-a-ling.
But always in the best. Ooh, I'm a star.
And the audience loves her.
And I love the audience for loving me, and the audience loves me for loving them, and I love them for loving me, and I love them for... Oh, we just love each other. That's because none of us ever got enough love in our childhood.
That's right.
Yeah, that's showbiz kid.
Oh, yeah. She's giving up her humdrum life.
I'm gonna be...
Roxy, she made a city and a star.
And Sophie Tucker will shut and to see her name get filled. The love,
Roxy, Roxy, heart.
Oh.
So good. I'm like so entranced by it.
Mm.
And yes.
It's amazing watching it. I mean, even being like nasty, like, you know, and crass, there's still something just so elegant and just like glamorous about her.
Like, I mean, I was thinking about it. You said that you mentioned Liza about something, and I was like, she does kind of have a Liza quality to like her voice and her presence, but she's much more elegant.
Yeah. And yeah, I mean, it's just, I just think about being a kid and watching her just like in her slip in Let's Go to the Movies in Annie, and just how she would, and just her acting within the choreography, you know, and how when Annie would make her laugh, she'd be like, "Oh, Annie, you know, the way she did that scene with Carol Burnett at the orphanage, you know,
When Annie's like,
yeah, you know, and when Carol Burnett's like, "No harm, no foul, on my little sister's legs," you know, and she's just sort of so horrified by Miss Hannigan, but there's almost like a seduction between them, you know. There's just something so sexy and just like fuckable about her.
she's very sexy. I remember
Well, Jessie Pierce, I'm sorry, we got Annie. I mean, yeah, in that yellow dress. I mean, yes.
Oh my God. I remember, I mean, Annie, of course, was what I first knew her from. And yeah, I do remember thinking Grace, you know, she was just so graceful, obviously. And yeah, I think elegant is such a good word for her. She could really just hold her own on camera as well.
Yeah. There'll never be a Grace Farrell like her, you know.
No.
I saw, I mean, I was thinking about, you know, I'm not a fan of the Rob Marshall TV Annie from 1999 with Kathy Bates and everything. The performances in that I do like are Alan Cumming and Kristen Chenoweth.
Mm-hmm.
They're not as good as Tim Curry and Bernadette Peters, but they're really, 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 really great. Mm-hmm. And I really like Audra McDonald as Grace. She's a different Grace, you know, where she's not the dancer. She gets this Maybe / Tomorrow reprise that is, you know, the best song in the whole movie. That said, you know, that comes late in the plot. Like,
yeah,
Anne is just like, every time she crosses her legs, it's like an Tony Award.
And what legs, my word.
Yeah.
Sean McKenna brought up the wrist. Someone sent me a GIF of Nicole Kidman's bad Fosse wrist from the prom, and that close up when she first comes on screen, and they were like, of course, you know.
Have you watched it?
This is what killed Anne. No, I haven't watched it yet.
Me either.
But I have to say, I am going to watch it, of course.
Of course.
But I did see the show, and I liked the show, but I only really liked, we talked about this a lot, but I only really liked the parts with the actors, the New York actors. Like, I didn't really care about them.
Exactly.
And from what I can tell, I don't know, but it seems like they're really focused on that part of it. And maybe it's just because those are like the big Hollywood names that they can put on the marquee. So that's what they are advertising. Right. But it seems like that's they're really focusing on that aspect of it, which I'm happy about.
Yeah. I mean, the things I've been hearing that have been negative, though, have been about Nicole Kidman and James Corden.
Mm.
And my two favorite things in the show were Beth Level and Brooks Eshmanskis.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm sorry. And Schwer. Sorry, I'm hearing whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I guess basically the only thing that's appealing to me to watch it at this point then is Meryl Streep.
Meryl Streep, yeah. I don't really care about Andrew Reynolds, although the coat he's wearing is particularly fabulous.
I'm glad he was in it. You know, I love Andrew Reynolds, and I'm glad that you mentioned him because do you watch Big Mouth?
Yes, I haven't caught up, but I've watched like the first 2 seasons.
You got to catch up. I mean, I think Andrew Reynolds on Big Mouth.
Oh yeah, he plays the gay one, right?
Pardon?
He's the gay one, right?
I think it's the best LGBTQ performance in history.
Oh my, them's fighting words.
I mean, you know, as a queer character.
Take that, Angels in America.
Literally, like, Andrew Reynolds is just so, you know, because it's the right combination of maybe because it's a kid, he's allowed to be flawed and not hated. So
right.
He's not playing a gay saint.
Right. He's playing like a problematic, bitchy high school.
But he's lovable, you know, and he has a heart and he has a inner life. I love him.
We'll have to catch up. I've always liked him when I've seen him and stuff, but I don't really, he's not my go-to when it comes to like stars that I want to see on screen.
I loved him in The Boys in the Band. Actually, I love him on screen.
I liked him in Boys in the Band. I liked him in that. I love.
Very Patti LuPone in Boys in the Band, like when there would be like sort of like sign language between him and his husband. He was very, like I felt like it was Patty being like, "We're leaving."
Did I ever tell you? It was Gay Pride. It must have been 2 summers ago because whenever Boys in the Band was on the Broadway, I saw. And I was at Barracuda and I saw Andrew, who plays his boyfriend in that movie.
Tuck Watkins.
Yeah,
that's his boyfriend in life.
Yeah, I saw them. I saw Andrew push him up against a pool table in Barracuda and start making out with him, and like this huge crowd of like gay pride drunks. I mean, it was like the biggest crowd in like the crowdedest, most crowded bar in Chelsea on Gay Pride, and Andrew just like no fucks, just like went for it and started kissing him. I guess they're dating. Okay. Well, okay, so Appreciation Station. I have a Who Do You Think You Are? So moving right along.
Who do you think you are?
My Who Do You Think You Are today is myself because I'm doing a shameless plug for my new Barbara Christmas video that I made and posted. So I was like, what better opportunity to plug it than to force everyone to watch it?
I should have told you to do that. I didn't even think of it.
Entirety.
Wait, are you sure you want to play it? Because then you don't get the view counts.
Well, I think, probably the people who've already watched it are going to watch it. But if you want to watch it again, it's on my Instagram and on my YouTube. Yeah, but here we go. It's 'Twas the Night Before Christmas at Barbara's. 'Twas the night before Christmas, and throughout my home not a creature was stirring. It was peaceful, shalom. My countless possessions had been dusted with care, as had all my antiques, some especially rare. The puppies were nestled all snug in their beds, while identical chromosomes danced in their heads. And Jim on his laptop, and I also on mine, he played poker for money, while I shopped online. When out by the barn there arose such a clatter, I hollered, "Renata, go see what's the matter!" Away to the French doors she flew with a zoom, as I bid on a chair for my son Jason's room. "Just a trick of the wind," she said, "now it's quiet." But somehow or other, I just didn't buy it. As I learned on the set, after many a fight, I do it myself if I want it done right.
So I went to uncover, like an amateur sleuth, to discover, to find out just what was the truth. And lo, there she was, and a quick bark she gave. My sweet little Sammy returned from the grave. I let out a gasp of shock and surprise, but there was no mistaking those serious eyes. She looked up at the water wheel going round and around. It always relaxed her, that sweet gentle sound. She loved to just watch it empty out and refill, and that's why we now call it her puppy mill. It made my eyes tear up, gave my heartstrings a tug, for my Sammy's more lovely than a burgundy rug. With my 2-inch long nails I scratched under her chin. They're real, by the way, and always have been. Come Scarlet, come Violet, come Jim and Renata. Come see for yourself who's returned, you've just gotta. The Scarlet and Violet both cowered in fear, in awe that their maker was standing so near. Don't be scared, my sweet girls, I said with a hum, for this is my Sammy, she's where you are from. She's your mother, I said, and they started to quiver. Your DNA comes from her stomach and liver. The gift that she gives you and me in return is something that everyone really should learn. That we shouldn't treat death with such dread and dismay. We can throw money at it, around 50K. Because of her sacrifice, you both can live, for she felt it was worse to receive than to give. They slowly came forward with a scared little growl and let out a TT, so I sent Jim for a towel. Fear not, said Sammy, and even I understood, for I bring you glad tidings and news that is good. Though a physical form I may no longer be, I'm still very much here in spirit, you see. So don't fret, for I'll always be here in your heart. And with that, she rose into the air to depart. That night, she gave such a great gift to us all, like a hot water bottle made into a doll. Her continued protection, her wise, watchful gaze, would surround us forever to the end of our days. So this holiday season, know that you're not alone, for your pets keep on giving, even if you must clone.
Just the blue light of the pool.
Someone commented on it on my Instagram. They tagged Rosie in it, and they're like, "Rosie needs to see this." And I was like, "Ooh, I like that." And then thank you, Taryn. And then someone tagged Barbara, and they were like, "Barbara has to see this." And I was like, "No." I was like, "Please, no."
Pretty loving. I mean, Richard J. has to see it for sure.
Barbara, hopefully she would see it as a tribute to her beloved doggy.
Oh my God, it's so good. The rhyme.
Here, Taryn.
50K gets me every time.
Anyway.
And as I always have.
They're real, by the way, and always haven't. I was like, you know what? They say follow your bliss, and if there's anything that brings me pleasure, and I know a lot about it, it's Barbara Streisand's lifestyle.
Love it.
Anyway, so okay, another person who I love and is just doing wonders for us these days is the gift that keeps on giving is Dionne Warwick, and she is the subject, of course, of our now regular segment, Something to Consider.
And our new podcast on the Forever Dog Network.
Something to Consider, an investigation into Dionne. I mean, who knew that it would be that we would continue doing it week by week, because there's so much to comment on.
Right, she's literally what I'm living for right now. She is exploding.
Yes, this is Taryn, especially because Taryn tagged us in something which I have everything pulled here. So we'll talk about the tweets. It was a really, again, just a banner week for Dion and her tweets. Okay, so just filling us in on her journey on Twitter. I tried to write a bio on here, but I just want you all to do a Google search. Okay, thanks. Sure enough, I am not writing a bio. I'm not writing a bio yet. She did write something. Then there's this other whole interaction she had with her son, who apparently is on Twitter. My son is not answering my text messages. Damon Elliott, I am trying to reach you. Please send me the demo. Just like using it as her own personal like text message. And then he didn't reply. I have a new opening for his son, Quest. Just like handpicking other people she wants to be her child.
Using Twitter like in the old days when my mom would like use the intercom in our like 1980s style house, you know?
Say that. And then he said, Mom, I was on a call for you about the living room project. Oh my God, can you please not put our family business on the internet? I still love you though. And then she said, I'm going to have Brittany block your account later. Like, Twitter person, her niece, I think, or her granddaughter, has those capabilities. I am waiting to hear from Questlove, and you will not tell me what to do. Call me now. And then just so many emojis.
Now, I have a question, and I've been following her religiously, but it is definitely her, Joey, and that is a whole separate, you should watch our episode from last week for a deep dive on that.
I mean, talk about, she schools everyone on the people who think she's not tweeting for herself.
Yes. Okay, wait, Kent, don't get ahead of me. We're going to talk all about SNL.
Put a pin in that.
I have a question about this Questlove thing with her son. When she says I'm waiting for a call for Questlove, is that just a callback to the joke of like, Questlove, are you available to be my new son? Or is the demo she's looking for related to Questlove? Like, did Questlove completely randomly get dragged into this family fight?
I'm not sure. There are more tweets that I didn't pull about her making some demo. So maybe. So here we go. Okay, so
this goes to SNL.
SNL.
So, okay.
So I just think this is hilarious because Billie Eilish, who I don't really know who that is, but she said I thought her name was William Eyelash.
Yeah, but here's the thing. This was what's so crazy. So on SNL, they did the most amazing segment that was like the Dionne Warwick show of like if she had a talk show. And Egon Woדם played her just, I mean, speaking of doing that thing where you get all the comedy, but it's like a complete tribute and it's just with nothing but love and it's an homage and an honoring the artist. All about her Twitter. The thing, Brittany, her niece, was her like sidekick / DJ / like technical director / stage manager.
Oh, yeah.
And it was so hilarious. And one of the guests was Billie Eilish, who she introduced as William Eyelash. And like, you know, it was so funny. So, okay, now cut to the fact that Dionne watched it and loved it and tweeted and was like such a fan of it. And like the sweetest tweets to Egon Woדם being like, you're a star, baby. This was such a fantastic performance, you know, and it was like such a love fest. So I was so happy and gratified by all of that. And then the hilarious, like, just like tag to that is that despite getting the joke and laughing, she actually thought that Billie Eilish's name was really William Eyelash. And so she tweeted that. But the thing about it is Dionne is so iconic that one after another, these stars, you know, they just keep falling in line to pay their respects. It's like even when she tweeted that at the real Billie Eilish, you know, Billie Eilish tweeted back like, "You can call me whatever you want, Ms. Warwick. It's an honor." You know, she can call out Chance the Rapper on the in the name. He's like, I'm losing the. You know, like, you know, I mean, it's like speaking of Patti LuPone, and when am I not? You know, when Patti talks about the music that she loved as a kid, like she always talks about like when she was dusting the baseboards in her brother's bedrooms as her inside chores, blasting Dionne Warwick, you know, like she's so incredibly important to everybody. I mean, she's just the most like major mainstream. I was thinking about, she's kind of the perfect middle between Aretha Franklin and Diana Ross.
Yeah, that's very, very true. Love her so much. That was okay. That was our segment. Something to.
Right, so also, I want to say about Dion. I was been thinking about her so much, especially this week, and the SNL thing just like pushed me over the edge. And I was going through all the stuff, and I wanted to play a clip for appreciation. And like part of the problem was that like she's such a recording voice that the live clips just like don't. Like you really want to hear the mix of the way it is in the studio, because these songs walk on by. I mean, you know, there's no end to the list of these songs. They're not just like about Park and Bark. They're about the exact way the voice is mixed with the trumpet lick there, you know, with the brush on the drums, or, you know, whatever. I mean, there's such that combination of like songs that are commanding, but also just vibey.
Yeah. I mean, this summer I got really into, I mean, I love the Bacharach stuff, but I got really into like her more disco-y stuff, like 79, I think, or 80, I think 79, she did Dion, the album Dion. I'm just obsessed with.
Is that what Heartbreaker is from?
So good. No, I don't think so.
I love that Heartbreaker. You have to be a heartbreaker.
My favorite one is it's called Who, What, When, Where, Why. I think it's the opening track of the album. It's like, who, what, when, where, why? You're my guy. Da, 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 da.
Oh, Sean, I don't doubt it. I'm not throwing shade. I just meant I don't think that I couldn't settle on a clip because it's not the same on a video, you know.
Right.
I would kill to see her live, and hopefully I still can.
Hopefully we can. Hopefully this is just like her third act beginning, and we will.
For sure, yeah, totally. Has she not gotten the Kennedy Center honors yet? Let me look that up.
No, I don't know. Okay, Dion, we love you. We'd love to have you as a guest. Putting that out there. Okay, so now let's go to another favorite segment. Get excited for Name That Belt.
I love you. Really sing out. You really belt a song. There are very few of us left.
Oh, I am so excited. By the way, Dion has not received the Kennedy Center honors yet.
Oh, good.
Whoa. Scott, you worked with Dionne Warwick on QVC.
Whoa. It's like two things. It's just like the perfect marriage of things. Dionne.
Okay, Scott, we want you to prepare an anecdote for us. We want a full paragraph, preferably in theatrical dialogue form, so that we can act out the scene. Yeah, and Mary, thank you for the recommendation. I will listen to No Night So Long as soon as we're off the air.
I've been listening to a lot of, this week I've been listening to a lot of Dion, but I've also listened to her Christmas album, and it's pretty good too.
We love a Christmas album.
I love Christmas music. I listened to Linda Eder today. Fabulous. Okay. Name That Belt. Already played the intro. Okay, so this week I chose another staple song covered by many wonderful female singers. Stephen Sondheim's "Send in the Clowns."
Oh, good choice.
Here we go.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't it rich? Are we a pair?
Nope.
Lost on the ground.
Donna Murphy. Well, weren't we just saying last week that Betty Buckley has that Donna Murphy has a Betty Buckley quality?
Yes, I believe we were. Okay, here we go.
Are we a pair? Me here at last on the ground, you and me. Standing down.
It's not Susan Johnson.
No.
I'm very far off.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, you're not super far off voice-wise, but
Oh, oh.
It's also bad quality, but
Like,
I'll play it again. Caitlin Duffy Hall got it. I cannot believe
that's not Patty.
it is. I'm watching. It's a video
Keep going.
at the Ravinia.
I worked on that production.
Don't you approve? One who keeps tearing around.
Oh yeah, there it is. Wow, God, she sounded so
She sounded very chesty, very smoky like Susan.
wow. I honestly didn't believe it, and I literally was the assistant director. I was literally holding the video camera.
You're probably the one.
I literally was.
I love it. I love it. Okay, next up.
Isn't it rich? Of your pair, me here at last on the ground, you midair, sending the clown. Isn't it bliss?
Diana Rigg.
Don't you approve? One who keeps tearing around.
Not Judi Dench.
Can't move.
It's someone British.
I'm not sure actually. I think I'm surprised Mucho Music hasn't gotten this one. Oh, he did get it. Oh my God! Right as I said it.
You know what? This just goes to show you that you shouldn't let your brain interfere with your heart. Because my heart was like, it's Cleo Lane. But my brain was like, Cleo has recorded that song on like 3 albums. There's no way we're listening to this like scratchy like concert bootleg.
I don't play the album versions because I don't want to get kicked off. I only play live versions.
See, I play whatever, but I needed that information, and I'm ashamed of myself. I think I'm off my game because I missed Patty, so I don't know where I am.
Okay, well, this will hopefully get you back on.
Isn't it rich? Are we a pair?
Judy Collins?
Yeah.
Me here at last on the ground.
Made it famous. Made that song famous. Okay, next up, you'll definitely get this one.
Isn't it rich?
No.
Are we a pair?
Oh, Bernadette?
Yeah.
Me here at
Oh my God, I like panic. I thought I accidentally X'd out of this window. Oh my God, I just need Scott Yannick to do a whole like one-man show about his time on QVC.
Totally.
Good job, guys. Good job. Okay, I have so many more.
My brain is really bad right now. I was literally like, where did Bernadette sing that? I saw her in that show.
Okay, well, I'm gonna give you some. We're gonna get some easy ones to cleanse the palate.
Those were easy. I'm just stupid.
Okay, here's the one.
Isn't it rich? Are we?
Enough of that.
Can't turn Barbara off.
I know. Okay.
Isn't it rich? Are we a pair? Me here at last on the ground.
Bernadette. What did you do that in putting it together?
it was on the show, on the Carol Burnett show.
Thank you, Caroline. You're the sweetest always.
That's what I love about Carol is that she just was able to do whatever she wanted on that show. I mean, obviously it was a brilliant show and she's a genius, but like I love whenever she just throws a little song number in every now and then. So
Have you seen a weird ass clip from like her strange 1990s show, which was called Carol and Company? It didn't really last very long. There's, you know, a revival basically of the Carol Burnett show, but it's where she and Bernadette are Carol and is it Richard Kind are waiters at a diner. Mm-hmm. And Bernadette Peters drops by and agrees to fill in their Sondheim review that they normally do because their other waitress is sick. So it's the normal waiters that do the Sondheim review with guest star Bernadette Peters standing on the bar at the diner doing a Sondheim medley. It's a crazy thing.
I have to watch it. I have to.
You have to.
I missed when Bernadette was on TV.
Tony Roberts, yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Sean. The Carol Burnett Show on Pluto. I don't have a spaceship to get to Pluto.
Okay, which one do I want to do next? Okay, here we go.
Marilyn? Like Nancy Wilson? It's so slow and so jazzy.
Very slow, jazzy.
Oh yeah, Sarah Vaughan.
Kent Culata. Good job, Kent. Okay, next up.
Isn't it rich?
Glynis?
Who?
Glynis?
Are we
Tammy Grimes?
Nope.
Julie Wilson?
me here at last on the ground? You in midair.
It's not Glynis Johns?
Send in
no.
the cloud.
Oh, Judy. I'm an idiot. Did you see what Ken Russell wrote?
No, where is it? Oh my god, they're getting lost. Oh my god, I love it. Scratchy. Amazing.
I'm off the game today, I must say.
Well, now I'm gonna start. I have a few more hard ones. I have one you'll get, and then I have a few hard ones.
Okay.
Isn't it rich? Are we a pair? We hear at last on the ground.
Linda Eyre?
She sounds like way better here than I am.
Send in
Not to some shame. She's a Brit.
Oh, is it Juliet Stevenson?
Isn't it bliss? Don't you approve?
Natasha?
Huh?
Natasha Richardson?
Keep staring around.
No, not Natasha.
It's not Catherine.
Not Catherine, not Elaine Page, not Petula, not Elaine. Zach Couch, of course. Thank you, Zach. Zach always gets them whenever. Oh, good job, Kent. Kent's on fire today, too.
Yep.
All right, Ruthie Henschel. Okay.
Aaron, trying to do your job for you.
Okay, this one.
Isn't it rich? Are we a pair? Me here at last on the ground. You in Mid-air, sand in the clouds.
Well, it's not Glynis.
Not Glynis. It's
Is it Millicent Martin?
no, but I will say this is the one. This is a recorded track for. This is a recorded track, so I'm not going to play anymore because I'm afraid it's on a soundtrack somewhere.
Huh. Oh, it's Elizabeth Taylor?
Yes. Yes.
She sounded kind of good.
So she did. Okay.
Isn't it rich?
Shirley?
Yeah.
Me here at last on the ground.
Just like me here at last on the ground. Okay. I'm gonna play all of them.
Isn't it rich? Are we a pair?
Me too. I just love watching your reaction.
Me here at last on the ground. You in midair. Send in the cloud. Isn't it this?
I know this freaking voice. She's more of a belter. She's British. The Ben close.
Close.
Here.
Been close.
People guessing people we already had.
I think these are.
Sarah Vaughan or Judi Dench.
Those are just delays. I think there's a delay on the YouTube.
Oh.
Uh,
Let me hear that again.
I'll just keep playing it.
Don't you approve? One who keeps tearing around. One who can't move.
There, I know there's a delay, but usually the delay is like 20 seconds, not 3 minutes. That's so belty.
I will say she was a Norma Desmond, but like
Diane Carroll.
yes.
Yeah. People guess Elaine. I'm like, even Scott, who's so good. Like, Elaine is always Elaine. It's never Elaine if you're not sure. When it is Elaine, you goddamn know it.
Yeah.
I would have said that about Patty, and then.
Yeah, Diane Carroll, not Glenn Close. I actually did not pull Glenn's out of respect.
I'm on Team Glenn now. Although I was thinking, oh, by the way, Ken, I stole your joke. Melissa, Audra McDonald, my sister follows Audra McDonald. She keeps telling me about funny things Audra posts. And so I was like, what am I standing on ceremony not following Audra because of our bad blood? I just got to follow her and enjoy the party. So I was bad blood. So I was like, so I followed her. And of course, there's so many amazing posts on Audra's Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
And Audra has one of her daughter watching, I think, Frozen, belting out. She's like, my daughter's a beltress, or Zoe, not Zoe. What's the little one? Sally's a beltress. Mm-hmm. So, or my 4-year-old's a beltress, whatever she said. So Melissa Errico had written something, and Melissa Errico and I are, social media buddies, even though I've never met her. But she was like, it's something like, oh, well, it's certainly not Bel Canto or something like that. So I stole Ken Russell's joke. Actually, I think it's Ken's late great friend Stephen Furman's joke. And I commented on Melissa's thing, Can Belto.
That's funny. That's funny.
But the original post was from like 5 months ago because I was like deep diving on Audra's Instagram page. So nobody's gonna like it. But you know how when you comment on someone famous's thing and you're funny and like you randomly get all these new likes and followers and stuff. So I was like, maybe that's what I'm gonna make my new career path is I'm just gonna follow famous people and just really be witty when I've got like a great one-liner on their posts.
Do it. I'm in support. Speaking of Ken Russell, I have to say, Ken, you are watching on YouTube, I think there's a delay, but it looks like you're getting them all right. All of your guesses are now rolling in. So, but they're all.
Ken's sitting there at home being like, "Yeah, I know."
It looks like you're getting all them right. Okay, I just have 2 more, and these are like really for the gold. I mean, if you know these, you are like a true Broadway. Well, one of them's a Broadway, and then one of them's not. So
Should I just sign off?
No. You don't even have to guess. I really just need Zach Couch to get this one, and then I will have much respect, even more respect for him.
Isn't it rich? Are we a pair? To be here at last on the ground. Send it down.
Judy K.
Huh?
Judy K.
No. This is a hard one. This is really hard.
Isn't it bliss?
If you listen, you can hear the little hints of the way she plays.
Why you keep staring around? Why you
Marin's a good guess, but no. She starred in another Sondheim, not Liza. Liza wishes. She starred in another Sondheim show on Broadway where she sings the very first note of the whole show.
Kim Crosby.
Yes.
Wow, that is. I never would have recognized her voice. She sounds fabulous.
Yeah, she does.
Although I realized something weird about Send in the Clowns. You know, as a man, if I may, when I sing it, it's so conversational.
Yes. Well, that's the beauty of the song.
Yeah, but it's a trick conversational. For women, it's different. Even women who aren't great singers, oftentimes, like some of these girls, I hear them and they sound like sopranos. Like I feel like they're like right in their mask, just like these notes are just unfolding like a tulip.
Okay, sorry, this is getting so long. We're going over, but I have one more, not a soprano, not that pretty, but I just had to play it.
Isn't it rich? Are we a pair? We here at last on the ground. You in mid-air. Send in the clowns. Isn't it blessed?
I mean, it's very flat. Only true queens will get this one.
She's awful, and I need to hear more of her.
Don't you
in America
approve? One who keeps tearing around.
Oh. Keep it going.
One who can't move.
I've been listening to this voice.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you have.
But where are the clowns?
God damn it. My brain is really not here today.
Oh, Caitlin Duffy Hall.
Send in the clowns.
Oh, now I feel bad because I actually saw her do this at Radio City at Madison Square Garden, and I loved it. But yeah, this sucks.
I mean, it really just shows not what not a vocalist she is.
After I just said that even women who can't sing can sing this well, and then I'm like, maybe I was wrong.
I mean, she's just really trying to sustain the notes, and she should just speak it like conversational. Okay, well, we're like out of time, but I'm doing Dolly Concert Kill mostly just for Dan Fortune because I know he probably has one prepared.
Yes, Madonna Ciccone, Madonna of the Bible, and Madonna.
Pre-Madonna. Florence.
Oh, Madonna Murphy.
Oh my God. I really.
Would Madonna Murphy be my drag name?
Donna Murphy
No, Madonna Murphy.
or Prima Donna Murphy? Madonna Murphy's funny.
Pretty funny, right?
Like the M and the M. Okay, here we go. Thank goodness. Anne Margaret, Anne Miller, Anne Murray. I want Anne Miller as Dolly, and then I want Anne Margaret in concert, kill Anne Murray.
Can I do my version?
Of course, yes. This is the only one we're doing, by the way.
I know. I want Anne Margaret as Dolly and Miller in concert, and Anne Murray can go to that,
She can join Anne ranking. Too soon. All right. I love you all. We love you. Goodbye.
Autumn, winter, next year. Some
Time heals everything. It's a song. Time heals everything.
Bye.